and we should not follow the US, the Australian, the Canadian, the Japanese standard. Well, that's something that your lordships will have to decide.
Mr. Sibal.
That's my answer. May I just respond? I'm appearing for WhatsApp. My learned friend is for Facebook. No, this litigation is not WhatsApp centric. Because if you talk, my learned friend has made it WhatsApp centric. If you talk of privacy policy, it applies across the board to all platforms. Maybe Facebook, maybe Google, maybe Twitter, every platform it will apply. So it has implications not for WhatsApp. It has implications throughout the world on all social platforms. That's number one. And all intermediaries, it has implications. That's number one. Number two, the High Court in this matter decided that the writ does not lie. Well, that's an issue that your lordships will decide at the appropriate time. Third, my learned friend talked about the European law. Well, European law is a unique law applicable to Europe. For the rest of the world, WhatsApp follows laws of all other jurisdictions in the rest of the world, where it's Australia, Canada, United States, and Japan. For all those jurisdictions, the present law is applicable. So my learned friend is now saying, because it is discriminatory for Europeans, we should follow the European standard, and we should not follow the US, the Australian, the Canadian, the Japanese standard. Well, that's something that your lordships will have to decide.
Mr. Sibal.
See, our job.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Mr. Sibal, are we correct in understanding that you have different standards? Obviously, you have now said so.
Yes.
Indian WhatsApp users are the highest in the world. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
So, the advantage and disadvantage for the largest group of users is what is perceived here, apart from the maintainability aspect that you have pointed out.
No. The issue is not that, whether they are the largest user or not.
No.
It will depend on jurisdiction. The point is, it depends on jurisdiction.
We'll discuss.
The point that I'm making is, it ultimately depends on the law framed by Parliament. If the European Parliament frames the law, the jurisdictions will have to follow that. If the US Senate frames a law, that will have to be followed. If Australia frames. So what my learned friend is saying to your lordships is the following, that they, and kindly don't look at it from the point of view of one aspect also.
No. I'm sure there are many.
Now kindly look at it from this point of view. This has global repercussions. If we are the largest users, it has global repercussions. And if we are the largest users, it depends on the kind of investment that this country is going to get into. If you have a law that restricts through a judicial determination certain policies, you may not get the investment. So it has commercial implications. It has investment implications. It has free speech implications. It has privacy implications, and it has implications that we should. Now there should be a judicial dicta that we should follow the European law and not laws all over.
One is not saying that,
but at the same time,
of data.
At the same,
that's right. So there's a commercial aspect to it. So there are.
At the same time, if you go through the judgment of the Delhi High Court,
yes.
Direction was given actually.
Yes.
A direction was given. At page number 15, you can see an order was issued that the users who opt to remain in WhatsApp are concerned, and up to 25/9/2016, that shall not be shared with the.
Yes, we have complied with that.
So
we have complied with that.
It cannot be said that was not entertained or.
No, we've complied.
If it could not have been maintained. Where's the question of issuing such
I'm saying High Court decided. I'm not
High Court.
I'm not saying that your lordships will be inhibited by that technicality. I'm saying issues of far-reaching importance.
There are two choices.
Yes.
In the light of the observation made, the submission made by the solicitor. One is to consider posting it in January.
Yes.
Which means this will give the legislature ample time to bring in a law. What are we here trying to, is it establishing a point or securing the rights of the users? Now, if the legislature is going to come forward with a comprehensive law, which may be a solution to all the problems, we need not be breaking our heads to, establish the point in law as such. If there is no likelihood of, if that's, I think, a reasonable time we are giving. We are putting it, say, somewhere in the second week of January. The other is to put it at the earliest, which can be in the second week of November, and proceed to hear the matter.
So may I respond to that? So first and foremost, I don't have a problem if the matter is fixed in the second week of January, but it ought to be. I can only request it ought to be on the understanding that there will be a final hearing on that particular date. Because it can't be that in January, then we are again for directions as to another 3 months.
Either there is a law or
Yes, either there is a law, yes,
or we will begin hearing.
yes, because the burden of our song is also until a law, what should be the norm required? No, that is ultimately, because how can we prevent a parliament from, or whoever, whichever the appropriate legislature is, from making a law, and that can always be amended because there will be an element of experimentation. So I have no problem with 15 January, but I will only request that then let it be in 15 January, whatever date or thereabouts, fixed for final hearing. We will file our written arguments before that.
All pleadings
Yes,
should be
yes.
completed, we'll go on with the case.
Yes, I agree.
But my stand is clear. My stand is clear. Howsoever big a multinational is, if you are operating in India, you have to comply with the laws of India, and you have to treat Indian citizens with equal degree of privacy which you are treating others.
That's true.
But the difficulty is, I'm not making it WhatsApp centric. It should be citizen centric.
That's correct.
And no, it's not correct. Many of the directions of the central government are flouted. Many of the legal directions under statutory regime are flouted. We are arguing one matter, filed by one intermediary. I'll not name. Mr. Datar is appearing in Karnataka High Court. So, they may not feel that since we have a global presence and we have kind of a...
All right. We let it.
My lords, I have been the corrected. My lords, finds the writ petition where pleadings are not complete. It's also a correlated issue of data localization, where our private data should be stored with the norms of this country and be made available to regulators and courts as and when called upon for. There's no law to that regard. All the information pertains to us, WhatsApps, whatever, is all being stored outside India. So therefore, the compliance with courts orders and regulators is pure voluntary in nature by them. So my prayer is, my lords, in terms of informational privacy as recognized, my lords, by Constitution of this court, the data should be stored in India and made available to regulators.
That's
My lord,
Issue.
we have filed an implement
Oh, you are here.
Sorry.
We're searching for you. Yes.
Sorry, my lord, we filed an implement intervention application that had been accepted by my lords in 2017. So Vishwanathan had appeared on our behalf in my lords, seen the orders. We had made detailed arguments.
Who's that?
Mr.
Who was-
Vishwanathan for Internet Freedom Foundation.
Huh?
Internet Freedom Foundation, my lord, it's a digital rights organization. So my lord, we had filed our petition is also on our intervention application is also on record. My lord, we had also filed an application for directions given the 2021 privacy policy. However, despite many times trying to get the matter listed, the matter was never listed. Our IA was never listed. If my lords, I can just request my lords to issue notice in our IA. I understand that pleadings in their IA are complete. So my lords, we don't even need pleadings to be complete, but just so that we can argue on the 2021 application, my lords can just take note of our intervention application number.
What do you say? Does anyone have any objection to her?
No, they'll assist.
I think
court,
they
they
first-
can always assist the court.
She can always assist the court. My request to your lordship, let the matter come up, and at that time, whatever request is made, your
We
lordship
will
will
bear
consider
that
it.
in mind. We'll give you
Yes, yes.
notice.
My lords, we just note this.
Yes, all the parties, I mean,
Yeah.
will intervene so that
There's no issue.
not impleading.
Yes, yes.
No issue.
Some kind of personal.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So there are two dates that I find. Let's read the calendar. I think 10th and 17th of January are Tuesdays.
10th of January.
17th.
Yeah, whichever date with your lordship for
17th.
final disposal.
Why 10th of January is inconvenient?
Well, there'll be lot of miscellaneous.
There'll be a lot of holidays, bro.
Holidays in
Sometimes
which
there'll be a lot of holidays.
That's why I said.
All right,
I
17th,
don't mind 10th.
17th January.
Come.
Yeah, Pongal.
Yes,
On that day, it's understood.
yes, it'll be for final disposal.
It is for final disposal.
And your lordship may indicate some date, say a week
The
before,
first week would
where
be a
short
miscellaneous.
notes of submissions can be filed.
But who will actually, all these constitution-based matters, we would like to have a common convenience
That we'll do, brothers.
so that you'll have to get together and put it together. So
No, we'll ask Brinda to take it up.
Huh?
We'll coordinate
Lord,
with
with Mr. Kanu Agarwal and
Brinda.
Somebody from the,
Lordship may note, we want to record Kanu Agarwal and Brinda Bandari will coordinate to make a convenience.
that's right.
Lordship,
So
so
documents and then they can compile them. In the
In all matters, they have to complete whatever
Yes.
matter.
I don't know, his thing is that he wants all the data to be localized in India. That's
Whatever pleadings to be completed by end December,
We will insist that reading should be completed
by 15 December.
15 December,
Yes.
exactly.
Before the vacation.
We will
Yeah,
have
so
a
1 month.
clear idea.
Yes, yes.
and then somebody will actually put together a
Yes.
common
We'll do
convenience
that.
audio.
We'll do that.
So we don't have to look to many volumes. That's
Reflecting all views, Manoj, so that pagination is
Who
continuing.
will undertake that task?
My
So
lord,
that's Kanu Agarwal and Brinda Bhandari.
Kanu.
Huh?
I'll do it with Mr. Agarwal.
Just give the name of.
Kanu Agarwal, Manoj, KANU.
Having heard, no. First of all, so when this matter came up, it's Solicitor General. Something that the matter came up suddenly was yesterday night. It's pointed out this is a case where Parliament had introduced the bill initially, but for good reasons it was withdrawn. It is further is sufficient that the stand of the government of India is
There was a draft. It was
It's not introduced, Manoj, if I remember correctly.
It
Bill
was
of-
introduced.
Went to a
It
parliamentary
was
committee.
introduced in December
But
2019.
I'm not aware, so it may not be possible for me to make an accurate statement.
Look, my lords, it was introduced in December 2019. It got referred to the joint parliamentary.
If my learned friend says it must be.
It was
We have
tabled.
I'm relying
We have
upon
the
Manoj, the
withdrawal.
last
It
interview.
was
sir.
tabled, it went to the Parliamentary Standing Committee, then it was not introduced formally.
introduced. So it was tabled.
Tabled. Manoj.
Tabled it.
And the bill was tabled.
And withdrawn.
Bracket, you may just say.
Later withdrawn.
Council for WhatsApp.
That's correct.
Your Lordship may say
Correct it by pointing out that though tabled and referred to the committee, it was not
Formally
introduced as
It was
bracket
subsequently withdrawn.
process.
and then subsequently
Subsequently
withdrawn.
withdrawn, not, it was the, it called the
The
first.
first bill was withdrawn.
Yeah.
Yes, it was called the.
However, the other solicitor would point out that Parliament is mulling, bringing in a new law which should address the concerns of the parties. It is this definite stand that the policy of the government of India is that the users of WhatsApp and other platforms in India should not suffer discrimination in comparison to the users of these platforms anywhere else in the world.
Lordship may not say
May
that
not say
because.
that, Manoj.
We are saying it because we are not putting it into
No, that's why. No, no.
Yes,
Manoj.
yes, please.
Facts.
No, I'm not, that is my.
No, please record it.
No, Lordship.
Record it because that is his standard. That's why you are not going to be affected.
But why say WhatsApp, Manoj? Just say all the users, Manoj.
Like media.
Just
So then
all
you're also saying that
intermediaries.
WhatsApp, you know,
all
why?
intermediary.
All interviews.
Yes, so otherwise,
I don't
Manoj,
say what-
it has
what
also,
intermediaries. All intermediaries. All
No,
intermediaries.
as far as European Union are concerned, 27 countries
Don't
have
worry,
a different
that's-
platform.
Don't worry, nothing is going to happen.
Out of 213 nations, only
You can
27.
continue to do merrily what you're doing. Nobody is stopping you in the meantime. Okay. Sri Shyam Diwan, Senior Counsel for, you are appearing for the petition.
Yes.
So the petitioner would submit that while it may be all right, if some time is granted for the Union of India in its decision to introduce a law and make a law, the matter being adjourned, it should be on the understanding that when it is listed on the next occasion, it will be taken up a final hearing unless it be that the impact of the legislation overwhelms the issues which are covers every issue which falls for consideration in this case. But we are inclined to adjourn this matter, taking note of the submission made by the Learned Solicitor General to the 17th of January. This is case on the 17th of January for final hearing. By the 15th of December 2022, pleadings in all these cases shall be completed.
My lord's family request, we have an IA 11372, which is impugning the current 2021 policy direction. My lord may issue notice on that so that the pleadings can get
not
completed.
WhatsApp centric, I don't know why.
But I
you-
think, no, this is again.
Allowed
All these issues you can argue.
No, intervention is allowed.
Allowed.
This is a application for directions, my lord. This is
To what direction for what?
my lords, which is on the 2021
It's against
policy.
WhatsApp.
Only against WhatsApp. It's only against WhatsApp's new privacy.
That's right. What do you want? You want
It's
them
notice to be issued.
Not by virtue of an application, they want to challenge the new policy.
I don't understand.
My lords will see the last order. My lords will see the last order of 15th February 2021, my lord.
doing that.
My lord, by virtue of an SLP, the new policy has been challenged in SLP. I mean, that only can't be done.
So, I mean, what is going to be the effect
legal
of
issues
not
will be
passing that order?
Okay, my lords.
It's going to be a legal issue finally.
That's right.
It's not going to go on facts as such.
That's right.
And there we will have the assistance of Sham.
Pleadings would not be of much relevance.
No, wherever pleadings have to be completed.
We'll have to be, but-
We are giving you ample time. But on that day, if it is not there, I mean,
Yes.
nothing concrete doesn't happen, we'll proceed to the hearing. You understand? So and so, just take the name.
Mr. Kanu Agarwal and Mr. Prabhas Bajaj will provide that
We'll
convenience.
provide that common convenience volume containing
Documents relied upon by
documents relied upon-
respective parties.
The documents relied upon and also the contentions of all the parties.
No, but it does documents, no, it's just compilation will be documents and then,
It's only the document.
yeah, only the
Only
documents.
the document. All right. Only the document.
Common compilation of documents
Common
on
compilation of documents.
or before 10th of January.
Well, let's kindly add the name of Shashank Mishra from our side on the
Yes, sir.
convenience
That's
compilation.
fine.
Yes.
So we're three of us. Well, it's just not Kanu Agarwal, but Shashank Mishra as well as Vrindavan.
You can begin by completely owning up the financial aspect of it. So,
No problem at all.
so and so we'll put together.
Shashank Mishra.
Common compilation containing all the documents relied upon by all the parties before the 10th of January 2023. Okay?
Yeah.
That's
Deeply obliged.
And if you would like a short note of submissions on or before 10th of January by the respective party. If you would like a written note, not necessarily we'll.
not necessary.
That's in both
Grateful,
cases,
thank you.
the corrected matter. Corrected matter also.
Looking at the face of the lawyers, I got a bit confused. Who is the face of amongst Dr. Sibal, Yogi?
Well, it's all of us
Who is the
together.
face of Facebook?
No, all of us together. All of us together.
But we have our leader in Mr. Sibal, but we are all there to assist your lordship.
Lordship not taking like a Ravan with 10 people.
You are not replying to Jagan's question. Who is the face amongst all?
Grateful.
Yes.